Hello and welcome back to Crypto Saving Experts, where we talk about the latest cryptocurrency news and take a look at the markets so that we all know exactly what is happening. My name is Jess and we do these live streams every single weekday. So make sure if you are new here to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification button. We're having some technical difficulties this morning. My microphone's not working, my mouse is playing up. No idea what's going on today. It's Friday and my whole computer wants a break, and so do I. But we're almost there. We're almost at the weekend. But let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin here and see what's going on. So Bitcoin is currently trading at $29,389, down just 0.6% within the last 24 hours. And we also have Ethereum down slightly, 0.4% to 1,848. Now, obviously, yesterday in the stream, we did discuss the inflation rates. US inflation has increased slightly to 3.2%. It was expected to be at 3.3%, so it's not as harsh of a rise as what was expected. However, that did cause some volatility in the markets, exactly as predicted. We did discuss this in yesterday's stream. We were sat here when that news broke. We did a late live stream yesterday and discussed that. And when it occurred, when the news came out, which was, I'm going to take me ages to find it on the 1 minute chart. Let's find this. Daily 10th, here we go. This is the volatility that we saw. No, it's not. It's here. This is the volatility that we saw. But we ended up in the same price point as we were prior to that announcement. So there really wasn't that much change there, exactly as expected. So since then, what's going to happen now? How are we going to move on from this? Well, we have another inflation announcement prior to the next FOMC meeting where they discuss the interest rates. So we have another chance to prove that we don't need higher interest rates. However, it's looking more and more likely we are going to see higher interest rates in the coming months. And with that, the markets don't like it. The stock markets don't like it. People have less money to spend. The Fed are trying to shrink the markets essentially. So when they do so, people have less money to spend. They're not putting their money into risky assets like the stock market and like the cryptocurrency market. So unfortunately, it is a negative impact for the markets, but overall, trading at the same price as we were prior to the announcement, exactly as expected. Let's take a look at the news now anyway and see what's going on in the cryptocurrency news. Thank you to everybody who has joined in. Once again, please don't forget to like today's video and subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news. Today, we are talking about the Base network. So this is the Coinbase's Layer 2 Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution. And what we have seen here is Base has actually had, let me pull the story up here instead of doing it all from memory. Base network transaction volume is higher than Cardano's. So Base actually launched on Monday this week, I believe, and the total value of assets locked on Base has surpassed $150 million, with the Base network transaction volume higher than Cardano. Now, obviously, we are expected to see a huge amount of hype on platforms like this in their first few days, so maybe things will start to calm down and people will start to it will just start to relax slightly, similar to how we saw Threads action. So Threads, the social media application that was going to kill Twitter. There was a lot of excitement around that, a huge amount of signups in the first 24 hours. And then as the week went on, all of those users stopped using the application. And we see this a lot in cryptocurrency as well. When a new project launches, there's so much hype, there's so much excitement, there's so much use. And then over time, it starts to settle down slightly. So will Cardano manage to get back above Base? Or is this something that's going to stay around forever? We're going to have to wait and find out here, but let's take a look at this. So data from DeFi Llama showed that Base was among the top 10 networks by trading volume, with a volume of $26.23 million. On the other hand, established layer 1 blockchain networks like Phantom, Cardano, and Tron saw less than $20 million in transactions cumulatively. So massive increase there. Are the Ethereum killers going to manage to beat away against Ethereum? Or are they going to see that we can just build layer 2 solutions for the Ethereum network and have none of the concerns of trying to shift all of those projects over? What we are seeing here is the big conversation once again of, when you look at networks that are the Ethereum killers, do they have the ability to actually kill Ethereum? Or are we better to build layer 2 projects on the Ethereum network instead? Now, we have Cardano, we have Solana, we have other platforms that are trying to be decentralized application platforms and trying to be the Ethereum killer. But we also have layer 2 solutions being built on the Ethereum network, which are getting adoption really quickly. And they have the benefit of being built on the Ethereum network, which already has the position of being the second highest cryptocurrency in terms of market cap and has that history of being a really good cryptocurrency. I personally don't think there will be an Ethereum killer because of this, but that's something that's up for debate here. So interesting topic there this morning. Let's move on to the next story and see what else is going on here in the crypto news. We'll rush through some of these stories today, then we've got a big one at the end, then we'll analyse the price of Bitcoin, so make sure to stay tuned until the very end. It is Friday, happy Friday. I hope you are all going to have a lovely weekend. Please don't forget, before you do, to like, subscribe and hit that bell notification button. I'm regretting wearing this hoodie this morning, it is very, very warm. Let's see what's going on here. So NFT project Utes ditches Polygon for Ethereum. So the Utes project is switching chains again, moving from Polygon to Ethereum. The Utes NFT project is again making a blockchain transition, shifting from Polygon to Ethereum. This move comes only 4 months after the project relocated its NFTs from Solana to Polygon. So another shift here. So the D Labs, the NFT company behind Utes and DGods, revealed on the 9th of August through its X account or its Twitter account that it is preparing to migrate to the Ethereum network. I don't think I'm ever going to call Twitter X. I don't like it. I'm not going to use it. But anyway, this decision aligns with the previous migration of its DGods NFT collection. Initially, the NFT project was transferred from Solana to Polygon in April, and now they're shifting to Ethereum as well. Now, this is one of the most well-known NFT collections, I would say, and maybe we will see others follow suit and continue to make that transition and that migration, but we'll wait and see for that. We also, obviously, as I said at the start of today's stream, have had the US CPI data coming in. Below forecast, it was expected to be at 3.3% year on year, and it was in at 3.2% year on year, so it's slightly lower than expected. Still a rise of 0.2% month from last month, so still something to be concerned about, still indicating that we could see some more interest rate hikes within the next couple of months, and still something that is daunting the market slightly. Let's see what else is going on here. So we have Binance invests $5 million in CurveDAO token as support in hack aftermath. So a lot of you will know by now, about 2 weeks ago, CurveDAO was unfortunately hacked. There was a re-entrancy attack that took a huge amount of funds out of CurveDAO. Fortunately, they have managed to settle on a bounty, so the hacker will be able to keep 10% of the funds that they stole and return the other 90%, but they will be able to use the 10% as they want. There will be no repercussions for that hack, essentially. For that hacker, they can take those funds and do whatever they want with them. That's what a bounty is. And we're seeing Binance try and support the CurveDAO, the DeFi project, and invest $5 million into the token as support. Now, obviously, this is something we like to see. The cryptocurrency space all sticking together. DeFi, obviously, is struggling right now from a big hack on a platform like CurveDAO and other problems that we see over and over again, these hacks that make people lose trust in the industry. But we're building, we're learning, we're a new industry. This is bound to happen. We can continue to build from this and hopefully continue to improve. Let's see what else is going on here in the crypto news. I've got a story here that I really want to get onto, but first of all, here we can see Gemini is struggling to gain liquidity. So XRP briefly pumps to $50 on Gemini Exchange because of their lack of liquidity. Now imagine if you had a sell order in at $50, you'd be pretty happy right now. So you can see low liquidity has resulted in unusual price action for XRP on Gemini. Crypto traders have reported unusual price movements for Ripple's XRP token on the Gemini crypto exchange, and this occurred shortly after the exchange had listed XRP. Now, you wouldn't be very happy if you were in a short position, though, would you? And this is why we don't short the markets. I'm not a fan of shorters, but I mean, sometimes, but come on. However, it's worth noting that the actual market price for XRP stands at 63 cents. Is a thin order book to blame? So this is the concern we have here. Obviously, XRP has just relisted onto the Gemini exchange. Trading support will follow extra soon. They have put tweets out about this, or X is out about this if you are calling Twitter X now. So that's what's happened there. Let's move on to the next one. Before we continue with today's stream, though, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news. We do these live streams every single weekday, so make sure to tune in every day to stay up to date with what's going on in crypto, especially throughout this period of time where we are seeing this sideways action. It's painful for me, it's painful for you, it's painful for everyone, but when we get through it, we'll be grateful that we stayed up to date with the news, we continue to build on our knowledge, and we prepared ourselves themselves for that next move, hopefully, which is to the upside. Let's continue on with the next piece of news here, though. So crypto exchange Bittrex settles SEC charges with $24 million fine. So Bittrex's agreement with the SEC is subject to the court's approval. Big progress here. Bankrupt crypto exchange Bittrex has agreed to settle charges filed by the US SEC with a monetary payment of $24 million. Let's continue on to the next story here. This is not the story we want. Here we go. Visa has introduced a way to pay gas fees with your credit card. Visa's experimental solution streamlines blockchain transactions by introducing credit card payments for fluctuating Ethereum gas fees. So Visa is taking significant strides towards simplifying blockchain transactions in what could be a game changer for users. The payment giant has been working on an experimental solution that allows for the payment of on-chain gas fees with a Visa card. A product manager at Visa shared the publication while detailing a perceived problem with crypto wallets, the constant need to manage ETH balances for gas fees. Now, this is a problem that I'm sure a lot of people here in the chat have faced. If you have an Ethereum wallet and you want to make a transaction and you realize you don't have enough ETH in your wallet, you're holding some other tokens, it can be an absolute pain. You have to transfer like $50 worth of Ethereum into your wallet, paying the transaction fee for that Ethereum into your wallet to then pay a transaction fee to send your tokens out of that wallet. It all becomes very expensive, especially when gas fees are high on the Ethereum network. So Visa are trying to come to a solution here. So Visa's proposed solution leverages Ethereum ERC 4337 account abstraction standard and a feature known as the Paymaster smart contract, which facilitates off-chain gas fee payments, and the process is envisaged to work as follows. So first of all, a user initiates an Ethereum transaction through their wallet, which then sends the transaction details to the payment web service. Secondly, the web service calculates the cost of the gas fee and subsequently charges the user's Visa card using Visa CyberSource system to process the card payments. Then we have the web service sends back a digital signature to the wallet, approving the payment. The approval is valid for a specific time window, and then the wallet attaches this signature to the transaction and forwards it to Ethereum. The Paymaster smart contract then verifies the validity of the signature and covers the gas cost to process the transaction. So pretty nice there. Pretty interesting method here, and pretty interesting to take a look at this. I'd recommend taking a look at this. It's a pretty interesting topic. Let me know in the chat. Do you use Ethereum for your transactions from day to day? I know a lot of people like to use Binance Chain or other platform or networks that have lower transaction fees, but I still use Ethereum. I still subject myself to the Ethereum gas fees over and over again. Now I know they have improved since the bull market, but I don't know why I do it to myself anymore. I keep looking at it and thinking, yeah, I'll change. I'll transfer everything onto the Binance network and just worry about it another time, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I still pay the Ethereum gas fees, and I think that's probably how it's going to stay. Let's see what else is going on here. We have SEC settles with Bittrex and its ex-CEO for $24 million. We have just discussed that. We've seen Circle says competition from PayPal and others is great to have and reports $1 billion in cash. So Circle is the issuer of stablecoin USDC. We're seeing a lot of changes in the stablecoin markets within the last couple of weeks. Before we continue, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Back onto stablecoins though. We've seen a lot of talk about regulation of stablecoins all around the world. These are companies that are centralized. They have backing on for their digital tokens. We want to get those regulated to make sure that those tokens are fully backed one-to-one, as they say they are, all over the world. Now, PayPal have just stepped into the space and created PYUSD, a stablecoin that is on the Ethereum network, can be transferred to external wallets, and can interact with DeFi protocols. And Circle, the creator of USDC here, is saying, the competition is great. We're showing that we are actually moving into another space here. And I think the next bull market or the next year or two can really benefit the cryptocurrency space in a way we've never seen before, because we're seeing massive institutions saying, hey, look, we've done our research and we've decided that it's time for us to get involved into the digital asset space, into the cryptocurrency space. We see the legitimacy of this. We see why it's important. We want to contribute to this. And when other people and retail investors notice that people like PayPal, BlackRock, Fidelity, and all of these massive institutions are wanting to get into crypto and not just invest, but actually help build the space, they're going to realize the legitimacy of this industry. It's no longer going to be looked at like the Wild West. Instead, they're going to look at it and say, look, this is something maybe I should be looking at as well. If they're looking at it, why aren't we? And people will start to build into that excitement again. Then we'll get that FOMO, and then we'll get that move to the upside, as we do with every bull market. That's what I'm expecting. Very, very excited to see the next move to the upside. We've been waiting for it long enough, and I think we all deserve it by now. So hopefully it comes soon. Not long to go until that next Bitcoin halving. Fingers crossed it arrives quickly. Let's see what else is going on in the news. So we have one story left for the day. Lots of emojis flying in the chat again. Once again, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button. Thank you very much for tuning in as always. Let's check out this article here. Now, this is a really, really interesting one. So this is according to Bitcoin analyst Dylan Leclerc. He has said that the Bitcoin spot to derivative trading volume ratio is at an all-time low. Now, if we scroll down this article, this is a really interesting one here. Now, a lot of people do not like the cryptocurrency industry because of the amount of derivative trading, because a lot of people believed in the previous bull market, the reason Bitcoin was at the price it was, at that $70,000 level, was because people were using leverage so much that it was propping up the price of the asset over and over again. Now we can see here in this article, this Bitcoin analyst has stated, this market is just derivative traders chopping each other to oblivion. Spot bears have mostly run out of coins, and spot bulls are either fully deployed or a sideline traditional finance waiting for ETF approval. So what he's saying at this point here is, we've had that bull market, we've had that euphoria, we've had that excitement in 2021, and then since we've seen that move to the downside, we've seen people either waiting on the sidelines and starting to deploy their capital again and buying into the assets once again, buying into Bitcoin once again, and they've got no asset, they've got no cash left, they're ready for the next bull market. Or we have people that are just leverage trading against each other, liquidating, the prices moving up and down, liquidating them all as it goes. And it looks like this, to me, signals that we're all here now ready for the next bull market. The derivative traders are going to continue wicking each other out for the foreseeable future. That's what they like to do. And then we have the Bitcoin bulls that he is saying are either fully deployed or waiting for that spot Bitcoin ETF. So people that are like retail investors, that have all of their funds on the side, they've waited till the bottom of the bear market, they've decided it's time to deploy their capital. This analyst is looking at it and saying, on the whole, these people have probably already put all of their capital in, they're ready, they're going to sit on the sidelines now, just sit on their hands and wait for the markets to move to the upside. And then we obviously have that other group of people that are waiting for that spot Bitcoin ETF, which will help push the price of Bitcoin up, fingers crossed, and those people that are waiting for that approval will obviously be the reason that the price moves to the upside, because we need buyers to move it to the upside. So let's see what's going on here. So in a reply to a comment regarding Bitcoin bulls dollar cost averaging, Leclerc stated, currently the results is lowest spot volumes in years. So you can take a look here. The trading volume ratio, spot versus derivative, is at a real low. So you can see the price of Bitcoin fluctuating here on that black line, and then the trading volume ratio is this purple line here. So at the time of writing, Bitcoin is trading at approximately $29,000. I can tell you the current price right now, $29,400, and the price has offered minimal moves to the upside or downside since mid-June. The lack of volatility coincides with Leclerc's thoughts on severely low spot volume, and currently buyers and sellers are cancelling one another out after each small directional move. So he has pointed out, though, that he does believe there are a portion of people that are waiting for that spot Bitcoin ETF approval. So what we're seeing here is one potential event that has dominated headlines recently is the spot exchange traded fund applications. The world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, Grayscale, and others are getting involved in the space. The current feeling circulating around the applicants and onlookers is that several or all spot ETFs should be or could be approved simultaneously. And will this impact the price of Bitcoin? I think so. If you take a look at gold and the effect that an ETF had on that, you can see that it does definitely have a positive impact. Now, others may feel differently about this. JP Morgan analysts have said they don't expect the ETFs to cause much of a price change for Bitcoin. I have to disagree with that one. I think this is a massive, massive move here, and it just changes the sentiment for people inside cryptocurrency as well. Lee Scotty says, Jess, give Jordan best wishes for the race day this weekend, please. I will let them know. We've just had a team meeting then, discussing, but he was off racing, doing something exciting. So Yeah, Jordan is racing today. I don't know if you can watch that on telly or something. We'll find out. We'll put something on Twitter if you can. We also, I don't know if you guys know this that are watching today, have hit 100,000 followers on Twitter. So thank you very much for everybody who does follow Crypto Saving Expert on Twitter. If you don't, it's at Crypto Saving Exp, EXP at the end. No ERT for experts because that's too long for the Twitter handles. But Crypto Saving Exp, make sure to give us a follow if you do not already. Let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin here quickly and see what's going on here. Let me move my phone out of the way. So what we have here is a level of support once again. I mean, how much can I say this? I am expecting sideways action. I don't know how many times I can tell you guys this. What we can see here is currently we are still holding this level of support that has acted like a level of support since the 30th of December last year. We've wicked this twice since that date, and we are now approaching that level once again. It is currently at $28,800. Do I think this will hold? Potentially. Do I think we're going to see some sideways action that could completely destroy that support? Yeah, I do. Unfortunately, I do. If we take a look at the RSI and MACD, let's see what's going on with some indicators here. We've seen sideways action, so they probably won't say that much. Sorry to be negative about this volatility. I'm just not seeing much volatility in the space right now. RSI, daily chart, neutral. RSI, MACD, daily chart, neutral. Let's see if we can get some on the 4-hour chart, pretty neutral. 2-hour chart, pretty neutral. 1-hour chart, pretty neutral. 45-minute chart, pretty neutral. As you can see, I mean, we've really not got much excitement here. And even the 1-minute chart looks flat. I mean, come on, Bitcoin, please do something. Obviously, it's the weekend now. We're probably not going to see too much. Let's take a look at the CME chart quickly. What we are going to see here is maybe a Bitcoin CME gap. So this is the chart from the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. They are a derivatives exchange, in fact, the world's largest derivatives exchange, and they are operational Monday to Friday. So when they close on a Friday, they leave gaps in the markets like this, because on the Monday, the candle just starts again, and then the price just continues to move. But these gaps act like magnets for the Bitcoin price. Now, we know we have one up at $35,000. If we hit that soon, that would be an absolute miracle. That would be really, really nice to see, because that would mean that we've broken through that $32,000 level, which is just seemingly very, very hard to break. We also have one down at $20,000 there as well to keep an eye on. But tonight we are going to be opening another one, so we'll be seeing where that goes. And then we will see where that closes as well. And we'll be discussing the impacts that could have on the price of Bitcoin following through next week. But that is all we really have for today's stream. So thank you very much for tuning in. As always, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. That is all we have for today. Thank you very much. And I will